is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome once again out to Parma, Idaho. For those of you watching online at mylocalradio.com and those of you listening in on KBRV 800 The Bear, it's time for another edition of Soda Springs boys basketball. And after getting a solid victory last night, the Soda Springs boys are looking to try and keep their momentum rolling along as they will be taking on the Parma Panthers, the host team in this year's tournament, for the second straight year in the semifinals and looking for a second straight victory against those Parma Panthers in the semifinals. Last night, looking back at that game, the Soda Springs Cardinals got a little bit of an easy route. They get the Baker JV team and were able to beat that team 56-22 in their opener. Parma, on the other hand, on their side, was able to take on Marsing and took down Marsing 69-61 in a game. Talking to the head coach of the Parma Panthers, that was not necessarily the best his team has played. He said in his description it was a very after Christmas break style of game. Sloppy, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of mistakes being made by both teams. So it's something that they are definitely hoping will be a difference in tonight's game. Hopefully they got the rust out of their sleeves. The Cardinals are also hoping that the rust is gone and that they can bring everything that they know they have to the table in tonight's contest. We thank you again for joining us here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online for those of you watching at mylocalradio.com. There's 1 minute and 36 seconds left to go in the girls' game ahead of this one. And for those of you that have been watching online, they have been seeing the Baker Bulldogs take a 47-41 lead in the semifinals. Whoever wins this game will take on the Lady Cardinals in the championship bracket and in the game championship after the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals came away with an earlier win in a 43-38 win over the Caldwell Cougars in what was a very, very riveting game in that first matchup between those two teams in the opener here. Again, 1 minute and 23 left to go in this game. We'll have the varsity game for the boys coming up on the other side of this game as they're getting warmed up and talking in the locker rooms right now. We'll take a break. On the other side, we'll come back with our standout student. We also have interviews with both the head coach of the of the Parma Panthers, as well as with Henry Workman, who is a sophomore for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Had a solid game last night. Has been one of the breakout players for the Cardinals this year as a sophomore. All that's coming up on our pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Welcome back out to Parma High School in Parma, Idaho. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear. The girls' second semifinal going on the court right now, 47-42. The Soda Springs Cardinals boys waiting to get onto the court. They've been waiting for now about 20 minutes past what their original game time was supposed to be at, as this game has drug on for quite some time. Nissa has been able to climb back. They've trailed by as much as 13 points in this game, so there has been a little bit of a benefit to the longer game for the Nissa Bulldogs, as the Baker Bulldogs still holding a 47-42 lead with 59 seconds left. Well, they're still talking about all that and keeping that moving on. We're going to take a look at our standout student, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. Alexis Erickson had a chance to sit down and talk with us on our pregame show and chat with us about what exactly her year has been going like. We'll take a look at that after this word from our sponsor, Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Thank you again to Caribou Motor Rewind for being a proud sponsor of our stand-down student. Now time to jump into our interview with Alexis Erickson from Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here with junior Alexis Erickson from Soda Springs High School. And Alexis, how's your junior year been going for you so far?
It's been going pretty good. I've got some fun classes and I'm learning a lot of new information.
What are some of the classes you're taking and which ones really pique your interest and your favorites?
I'm taking calculus, anat and phys, and then English, Photoshop, programming, and fundamentals of health professions, which is an online class. And I really like the fundamentals of health professions because that's what I want to go into. And I think programming is very interesting as well.
What got you into going into the health field? That seems like a little bit of an interesting field, but a lot of people here seem to be into that. Is that kind of what drew you into it?
I don't know. I really like genetics, and so I've always thought that was super interesting, and this is just a way to help get that going for me.
When you look at what gets you into stuff, teachers always help along with that. Who are some of your favorite teachers here at Soda Springs High School in the time you've been here?
I really like Mrs. Pankow and Mrs. Cook. They're really fun, and they're always willing to help you if you ask for help. And they're also in BPA. They're my advisors, and so they've always been really helpful and supportive.
What do you look for in a teacher? What makes a good teacher when you walk into a room and you want to get the most out of a class? What do you want a teacher to do?
I think anyone who's willing to accept questions and answer them to the best of their abilities, and people who are willing to admit something they don't know and find out the best way possible for you.
Now, you said you were in BPA. What got you into that, and what's the most enjoyable thing about being in BPA? What makes that one fun?
I've heard it does a lot of really good things for you, so I went into my freshman year, and it's so much fun, and it really gives you a lot of life skills, and that's important.
What have some of the competitions been like for you now that you've been through that? And now that you have the competition starting to come up next semester, what have you learned from the first couple of years that'll help you out this year?
So last year I qualified for nationals in my presentation event, and I've had some issues with presentations crashing, so we've started doing a thing where we try to make it crash and see if I can fix it, and so that's helpful because it's happened before.
Qualifying for nationals had to be crazy. What was that like? Did you actually get to go on the trip, and where did you go, and talk about that trip?
So I actually went to California, Anaheim, so Disneyland was really fun, and they announced my name that I had won, and I just started freaking out, and I was jumping up and down, and it was so it was cool.
Awesome trip, and especially to be able to do it as a sophomore, and hopefully you can do it again this year. Are there any other clubs that you're involved in? Any other extracurricular stuff you do?
I am in Job's Daughters, and it's not affiliated with the school, but that's a lot of fun, and I've been in that since I was 10.
What does that entail?
It is for girls 10 to 20, and it teaches things like leadership, and I've gone really far with it. I'm actually an international officer for it this year, so that's been really cool.
A couple more questions for you. You talked about wanting to move on and get into the medical field. Have you given thought on the college that you want to go to? Obviously, you're still to go before you get that far, but never too early to plan.
So the first 4 years, I want to go to Carroll College because they have a really good acceptance rate into medical school, and it's a really high teacher-to-student ratio, so you get a lot of one-on-one time. And then for the medical part of it, I want to go to University of Utah because they have a fantastic genetics program.
I've heard that as well. Final question. And that's Soda Springs High School. You've been here for a year, 2.5 years now. What makes it fun to come to this high school? What makes you proud to be a Soda Springs Cardinal?
I think we have a really unique thing where we have such phenomenal school spirit, and everyone's very supportive of athletics and every other event. And it's a school where everyone knows everyone, and I think that's something really unique.
Well, Alexis, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. Good luck as you move on with BPA. Hopefully you have another Nationals appearance in your future, and I'm looking forward to hearing some great things as you move on.
Thank you for your time.
That was junior Alexis Erickson from Soda Springs High School, as she was our standout student, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. And right now this JV game, or this varsity semifinal between the Baker Bulldogs and the Nissa Bulldogs to decide who will be taking on the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals in the championship game tomorrow is still in progress. 48-44, the Baker Bulldogs still on top by 4 with 27.3 seconds left to go. Nissa, though, climbing their way back into it, gets a steal from the Bulldogs, and they are looking to try and cut that deficit in half and will not be able to do it as a shot rims off the side iron, and a foul is going to be called as Bree Sand, one of the standout players for the Baker Bulldogs, is going to be heading to the free throw line to try and ice that game away with 14.4 seconds left to go on the big clock. So plenty left to decide here in this one. And we'll keep it right here until this game ends, and then we'll continue on with our pregame show as it moves forward. Again, we are about 26 minutes behind schedule, and it's just going to go a little bit more than that. 15 minutes for the Soda boys and the Parma boys to get warmed up on the court, as those two teams have been waiting for about 40 minutes now to get out there onto the court. As this game has been going on, a lot of fouls in this game, but Baker just about to ice that one away. They make the free throw, and it is going to be moved up the court. Nissa with a couple last chances, and we'll see if they can get any more points to fall down. They're not even taking a shot as of right now, and Nissa is just going to milk that clock down and away. And Baker is going to be the team that the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals will be challenging later on tomorrow afternoon. That's all going to take place tomorrow at around 1 o'clock, the starting time of that varsity contest between the Baker Bulldogs and the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. So be sure to have that on your calendars. As for us, we have plenty more coming up for you here as the Soda Springs Cardinal boys getting set for their second game of the tournament. Parma's up next for the Cardinal boys. We'll have an interview with the head coach of the Parma Panthers as taking his time to sit down and talk with us. Earlier in the game was Scott Garrick. That's coming up on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. The game before this one is over. The Baker Bulldogs will be taking on the Soda Springs Cardinals tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Now it's time to decide who is going to face Weiser in the championship game, as the Weiser Wolverines came away with a slim 59-50 win. I say slim on a 9-point game, but it was a 3-point game at one point in time. Victory in their opener game over Emmett, and it's now for the time for the Soda Springs Cardinals to decide if they or the Parma Panthers will move on into that championship game tomorrow at 2:30 right here in this same gym, or if the Cardinals will be playing in the third place game against those Emmett Huskies. All that's coming up on the other side. We have an interview right now to get to, though, as the head coach of the Parma Panthers had a chance to sit down and talk with us, as Scott Garrick was kind enough to sit down and chat about his team a little bit, about what he's expecting from them and what the Cardinals need to do if they want to come away with a victory in that game. But before we get to that interview, it's time for us to sit down and chat with the... It's time for us to sit down and chat with, as we get that interview set up and ready to go and come your way. We'll take a look at what exactly the Panthers have been able to do so far this year. They're coming into this game with a slightly above 500 record, sitting on the season so far at 4-3 on the year, and hoping to see if that can maybe turn itself around a little bit more, as they have been excited about what they've been able to bring to the table on the year. And it's something that's working its way around for them. They've won their last 5 games so far on the season, and again, sitting with that 5-3 record, will be looking for maybe a little bit more on the year as they come into this game after getting a victory over the Marsing squad, 69-61 last night. That you'll hear from Coach Garrick was a very, very rough game for them in that one. Let's get into that interview with Coach Garrick right now on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. Caleb Burgraff joined here on the pregame show with Scott Garrick, the head coach of the Parma Panthers. And Coach, last night, a good win for you guys, a 98-60 win. I don't know where I got that score from. A 69-61 win over Marsing, and I say a good win in the fact that any win is a good one when you can take it like that. What were your thoughts on the way your team played last night?
I think it was just a typical holiday Christmas break game for us. We hadn't had a lot of practices during the holidays. Kids are away and stuff, and so we were happy with the win, but we weren't real pleased with the way we played. You guys are on the side of the bracket. You get Soda Springs now, the defending champions of this tournament. Is it nice that you guys get to take them on and maybe get a little bit of revenge for last year when they won your own holiday tournament? Yeah, I don't think we're looking at it like that. A lot of my kids are playing this year, didn't play at all last year, and so at this point of the year, we're just trying to get better every game out. It'd be nice to be able to get to the championship game of our own tournament, but we're just trying to get better every game leading up to our conference that starts here in a couple weeks.
Talk a little bit about your team. Who are some of the kids that you're really impressed with on your team that you really need to step up game in and game out?
Well, I think you start with Tanner Kramer. He's a 6'1" senior. He's our leader. He was an all-conference player last year, all-state player last year. Probably the best player in the conference in the SRV here this year, and so he's been coming on of late, playing much better. He was hurt earlier in the year, but he's playing better. He's averaging around 20 a game for us. So you start with him, and then after that, I've got a really nice-looking freshman, 6'2" kid. I think he had 20 for us last night, and as he gets better, I think our team will get better. So those are probably the two offensively, and then defensively, of course, we got the 6'5" shot blocker in the middle that makes up for a lot of mistakes that we're making right now on defense. So those are probably three key kids for us right now.
When you look at a team like yours that has that balance of veteran maturity as well as some young talent that's working on growing in the game, how do you make sure the kids really stay balanced in that and don't try to get too selfish with the basketball, especially when you have a young kid that has that kind of talent?
I think that starts with our seniors. Our seniors right now, quite honestly with Tanner, for example, he doesn't really care how many points he gets. He just wants to win. It's their last season here at Parma High School, and that's the main emphasis. And I think that leadership trickles on down to kids like Braden Jensen and some of the other freshmen that we're really looking forward to having in the program. But it starts with that unselfish attitude that they all have.
Final question for you, Coach, and that's now looking at this game. What do you want to get out of your kids tonight? Win or lose, what do you want to see from your team in tonight's game?
I think defensively we've got to be a lot sharper than we were last night. I'm hoping that was an aberration last night because we have been pretty solid defensively. And just toughness on the interior, and we didn't get after a lot of the 50-50 balls last night that I thought really hurt us. So that toughness, intensity on the defensive end.
Coach Garrick, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you guys tonight.
You bet. Thanks.
That was head coach Scott Garrick of the Parma Panthers. We have about 7 minutes and 43 seconds to go until the start of tonight's contest between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Parma Panthers, hosting this year's tournament at the Holiday Classic. Back after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring man.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Henry Workman, who's a sophomore for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And Henry, good win for you guys last night. You got a 56-22 victory over the Baker Bulldogs. And one of the things about last night that I got to start off with, it was a JV squad. You guys end up going against them. As a varsity squad, how do you keep the intensity up in a game like that?
Well, we just have to play our game. We have a specific thing that we got to do, and if we come out and we lower ourselves to their level, we're not going to improve. So we got to improve every game, every play.
Does it help you guys when you go out there onto the court and you can get some of your JV kids and some of the bench players out there and give you guys as a starters a little bit of rest?
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of them are pretty good players as well. I mean, Dylan Downs, he can go out there, he can shoot threes all day. But, I mean, so we need them. They're there for assistance. We need them.
When you get a win like that, how do you guys move on into tonight's game against Parma? Now, we'll talk a little bit more about the Panthers as we continue on, but how do you get to tonight's game, and what are you expecting from the team as they continue to move forward?
We match up. We've watched some film on them, so we're kind of looking at it. So we've already matched up who we're going to take. So it's kind of you got to prepare mentally. Everyone's individually got to prepare mentally for tonight. We got to make sure we put the JV team behind us, and we got to play a varsity team now.
You guys as a team, not necessarily a ton of height
on the squad, but you do have yourself, you have Will Sims, and you also have a couple other players who act big down low in the low post. How does that help when you know that you have other players that are willing to go and be scrappy and get those rebounds when you guys are in there fighting for some of those?
Well, I know I'm not that big, but so they all outweigh me by 50 pounds. So it's nice to know that I've got help. I don't have to do everything. Will Sims doesn't have to do everything, but we got Hiram Brown, who's big, and he might be short, but he's bigger, so he can get in there. He can compete with some of those guys. It's nice to have a backup.
Talking about your game now, you're a sophomore on the team. You've already put up 2 double-doubles onto the board so far this year. You had a good game last night, throwing down the first dunk. You and Tanner Myers have been kind of racing each other to figure out who was going to be the first to get that dunk. First of all, on the dunk, how good was it to get that dunk out of the way and kind of be able to throw one down in front of your team and some of your fans?
It felt great. I was kind of scared I was going to miss it. It was just kind of a relief to get it out of the way.
Now, when you look at the Parma Invitational, you guys get the host team now. Is there any extra anxiety that comes with playing the host team in their own gym?
Not really. It's just like playing another away team when we're on away games at their home court. It's just their court. Great. We wear the black jerseys.
You guys you weren't part of the team last year that won the championship here, but trying to repeat's always tough, especially when you don't have a lot of the players that were here on last year's squad. Do you think you have a good chance at being able to take home that title and be able to be a repeat champion here at the Parma Holiday Tournament?
I think we do, because we've got great leadership. I mean, everyone's a leader on our team. There's no one that's better than everyone else. Everyone's a leader. It's kind of nice that we can all count on each other to do their job, so I think we can.
Henry, thank you so much for the time. Good luck to you guys tonight against the Panthers.
Thank you.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college.
There's the library.
But she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to Parma, Idaho, the home of the Parma Panthers, and that is exactly who the Soda Springs Cardinals are taking on in this afternoon's game. It is a 2:30 start on the schedule, 3:12 the time right now locally, with the two teams getting set to take to the court. And we take a look at our starting lineups in today's game, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. We start off with the Parma Panthers. They're going to be led off by 6'1" senior number 3, Tanner Kramer. Number 4 is 6' senior Mitchell Nielsen. Number 22 is going to be 6'2" junior Peyton Pins. Number 24 is 6'2" freshman Braden Jensen, and number 31 is 6'5" senior Colton Murgis. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, it's going to be their traditional starters: Tanner Myers, Josh Balls, Ridge Thompson, Will Sims, and Henry Workman coming out onto the court for Soda Springs, and the Cardinals wearing the road black uniforms with red trim. Parma in their home whites with black numbers and black piping down the sides and red trim around that. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health in Montpelier. And with that, we're set for the opening tip of tonight's game. It's going to be jumped for and won over by the Parma Panthers. Brought up the court and laid off the side of the rim. Rebounded underneath the basket and then moved around once again, as it was Colton Murgas who got the offensive rebound. His putback was no good. Josh Balls was able to track down the secondary rebound, and the Cardinals will come back the other way. Over to the left side, Josh Balls holds the ball over his head, swings it to Ridge Thompson in the left corner. Cardinals working right to left, bounce pass over to the top of the key, where it'll be taken by Tanner Myers. He flips one into Henry Workman, right side elbow, fires a pass right side corner. Ridge Thompson for three, count it! Ridge Thompson starts off where he left off yesterday, an early triple, and the Cardinals lead 3-0 with 7 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Ball up top of the key. It's going to be taken there by Mitchell Nielsen. He gives off into the middle of the lane, and it's a turnaround shot missed by the big man Colton Murgas. Another shot's going to be put up and missed by Braden Jensen, the big freshman, and then the Cardinals will run the ball back the other way. Missing on a wide open layup is going to be Josh Balls, as Henry Workman moved the ball up to him. Rebound pulled down by Nielsen. The Cardinals lead remains at 3 with 6:51 to go, first quarter of play. Parma again moving the ball around the outside circle. Cardinals playing a man defense around the outside with nobody really for the Panthers getting into the lane until Nielsen fakes a cut in. Now picks up the ball, moves it out to the outside where a jumper is going to be airballed over the basket by Colton Murgas and brought forward again by the Cardinals and Ridge Thompson. Over to his right, Ridge rises from the right elbow, in and out on the deuce, can't get it to go. Murgas is going to pull down the board, and foul is called on Will Sims. So Will picks up his first foul, team's first as well, with 6 minutes and 26 seconds left to go here, and the ball being brought forward by Parma and the Panthers. They'll come straight up the court to the left side. Murgas hands the ball off into the corner, taken there by the freshman Jensen. He's stripped to the ball, out of bounds off the Cardinals. Will Sims, though, denying the presence into the post, and it gets the near turnover as Parma will have to inbound on their own once again. 6:14 to go. And inbounding the basketball to the near side and throwing it out of bounds is Mitchell Nielsen, and the Cardinals get the first turnover of the game against Parma and the Panthers. 6:14 to go, first quarter, and the Cardinals to inbound, working right to left in the full court to bring it up as Ridge Thompson takes the inbounds pass and will jog the basketball forward. 6:09 to go. Thompson cuts to his left, passes off to Josh Balls. He'll hold it on the left side wing. Looks down low. Nobody flashes. Now finally flashing through the post is Will Sims. Ball still loose on the ground. Cardinals pick it up. Sims open underneath the basket. Hesitates. Lays it up and in. And the Cardinals get the bucket off of a nice pass down into the low post from the right side wing. I believe it was Tanner Myers who found him down there. Left side, it's going to be Murgas with the basketball. He'll come up to the wing, cuts into the lane. The big 6'5" post, cuts the ball outside, and a shot is airballed right into the hands of Will Sims from the near side post. It's going to be Pins who can't get it to go. Cardinals push the pace back the other way. Ridge Thompson holds it on the wing, passes it near side. Will Sims holds on to it on the elbow. Down low pass, Thompson, turnaround jump shot, in and out, back in again. Ridge gets his 5th point of the game. Cardinals lead 7-0 early on against Parma and the Panthers, and it's a good start for Soda Springs. Parma comes to the near side. Pass is going to be given off into the hands of Peyton Pins. He goes left side. Murgas tries to drive in, gets some space, gives back to Pins, top of the key. Right side now, rising for a 3 ball and not able to get it is going to be Tanner Kramer, as Tanner Myers skies for the rebound himself and brings the ball forward. Fires a pass near side. Josh Balls cuts to the hoop, lays one up, gets it to go. Smart move by the senior, and the Cardinals with a 9-0 run in the first 3 minutes and 7 seconds to jump this one out on Parma and the Panthers, as right now Scott Garrick not happy on the sidelines. We'll take a break with them right now at KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out into the home of the Parma Panthers. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. Throughout this first half of play and the second half for that matter, keep an eye out for your shot of the game brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. It'll be the Parma Panthers to bring the basketball forward, and jogging it up is going to be Tanner Kramer. Kramer looks to his left. Now pass the ball off to Merges, who looks underneath. Fires a pass to the left side corner. Back up top, it's going to be Kramer, giving it off to the right side where Mitchell Nielsen holds onto it on the wing. He's trying to feed it to the post. Nobody can get open, though, as they go back around. It's going to be Jensen driving, and the freshman gets denied at the rim. Henry Workman gets up on defense, pulls down the rebound as well. Cardinals pushing the pace back the other way as Tanner Myers runs the court, lays it up and in, and the Cardinals' lead expands to double digits with under 4.5 minutes left to go. 11-0 here in the first quarter of play. Over to left side wing, pins, fires a pass up top to Nielsen. Right side Merges, tries to cut into the lane, travels with the basketball and turns it right back over to Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Parma with their second turnover of the game. Not a ton of turnovers for the Panthers, but they have not been able to get shots to fall, and they also have not been able to stop the Cardinals on the defensive side. Soda Springs only with 4 misses so far in the game that they've not been able to get the offensive rebound for. 4:03 to go. It's going to be Ridge Thompson passing it off to Tanner Myers on the left side wing. He fakes it to the left, now comes back up top to Josh Balls, who stands just to the right of the top of the key, space in front of him as he hands off to Ridge Thompson, who's going to be guarded on the outside. Near side, Myers gives the ball up to Josh Balls. Right side, Ridge Thompson holds it, fakes a pass down low, passes it back to Workman. He'll rise from the free throw line for 2, can't get it to go. Rebound short, down on the ground still. Josh Balls picks it up and is stripped on the way up, as it's going to be still Soda Springs basketball underneath their own basket, and it will be, I believe, Josh Balls to inbound the basketball from the right side of the basket. He'll look over to his left, now looks deep and fires one outside. Ridge Thompson has this one tipped into the air, picked up and brought forward. Nielsen goes straight to the hoop, blows the layup underneath. Ridge Thompson affecting it. Back the other way, the Cardinals running it, and it's flown down again by Henry Workman. The sophomore with his second dunk in 2 games. 13-0, the Cardinals up by 13 points, and another travel on Parma and the Panthers. They're rattled out there here at the home of the Panthers. Soda Springs up 13-0 with 3:11 to go, and another chance for the Cardinals to build on after another turnover by the Panthers. Tanner Myers will take a seat on the benches. He'll get a break. Will Crest into the game, as well as Kyle Olson. And Soda Springs will jog it forward with Ridge Thompson taking the point. 3:04 to go. Ball swung to the right side wing. Taken there by Josh Balls up top to Will Crest. Back to Balls. He goes up for 3. Cannot get it to go. Rebounds strongly off the back iron to Mitchell Nelson, and he'll bring it forward up the left side. Comes back to his right. Ridge Thompson holds on to him at the top of the key before walking him to the right side wing. Ball almost stripped away by Workman. Right side, pass into the middle of the lane, popped up into the air. Thought it might have been a clean block, but Enrique Gutierrez cuts to the lane, and he is going to be fouled on the act of shooting, and will have a couple of free throws coming up here. The foul is going to go on Will Kress. It will be his first, and the Cardinals' second. 2:40 to go, and Gutierrez' first free throw is good. Enrique gets the Parma Panthers onto the board, still down by double digits, though, 13-1. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Second free throw up, that one in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Will Crest in the middle of the paint. Cardinals continue to dominate the boards. Pass lobbed underneath the basket, up and in. It's going to be Kyle Olson this time chipping into the scoring. He's the sixth Cardinal to crack the scoreboard now. 15-1. The Cardinals up by 14. Parma drives into the lane, kicks the pass outside. Nielsen rises for 3. Cannon. Mitchell Nielsen finally answers with a field goal for Parma and the Panthers. They cut it down to an 11-point game. Right side, Will Crest with the ball, travels on his own right this time and gives it back over to Parma and the Panthers. Although the Cardinals right now not necessarily too concerned with what's going out there on the court, as they have this game well in control in the first quarter. New sub into the game, Hiram Brown will take a take a spot on the court in place of Henry Workman. Pass to the left side, Gutierrez stutter steps, goes around. It'll be taken on the near side by, Hector Lopez. He gives off to the right side corner to Kramer. holds the basketball, passes up top of the key, taken up there by Braden Jensen. The freshman sets a screen now as he gives the ball off to Lopez. Near side, Gutierrez stutter steps, drives in, lays one up, teardrop, count it, and the foul. Hector Lopez starting to find a little bit of a rhythm for Parma and the Panthers as they're answering back to Soda Springs and the Cardinals with a little bit of a run of their own. 15-1 the score was. Now it's a 5-0 run for Parma. Chance to make it 6 as the free throw up and good. Foul is going to be called on Will Kress. It'll be his second, the team's third. 15-7. Cardinals still doubling up as Josh Balls will come over to the bench and take a seat. Rich Thompson to bring the basketball forward. Crosses half court with 1:39 left to go. Off to his left, passes the ball into the hands of Myers. He looks underneath the basket, now walks to his right. Top of the key, flips a pass to Kyle Olson. He looks underneath, gives now to Tanner Myers. He rises, fadeaway jump shot from beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. Rebound into the hands of Lopez. He gives off into the hands of Kramer to bring it forward. Kramer possesses the ball for a moment before giving to Nielsen. Left side, taking it there, and now almost throwing the ball away and throwing the ball away. Will Kress comes up with the steal of Braden Jensen. The freshman turns it over, and Kress makes him pay as Will gets onto the scoreboard. It's 17-7. Soda Springs up by 10. Under a minute left to go here as the clock winds to 1:59 now. Right side, Lopez with the basketball, guarded by Olson. Gives up top, driving into the lane, and losing the ball is Jensen, and then a jump ball will be called. Soda Springs with the possession arrow. Another turnover for Parma is their fourth of the quarter. And Soda has a chance to build on a 10-point advantage here that they've continued to pile up as more subs get checked into the game for Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Will Sims will check back into the game, though, as a starter, and Rich Thompson takes a seat on the bench. Tanner Myers takes the point in place of Ridge and jogs the basketball forward, walks over to his right, replaces Kyle Olson on the wing. Goes between the legs, bounce pass back to Olson, top of the key, near side. Will Kress holds on to the basketball. Flips off to Hiram Brown. Bounce pass down low into the paint. It's going to be almost picked off. Tanner Myers right there to keep it alive. Bad pass from too far away, but Tanner Myers tries to make him pay. Drives into the lane, can't get it to go. Tanner Kramer with his first rebound. Gives off to Nielsen. Spin move into the lane, up, and can't get it to go, but he's fouled on the way through. And it's going to send Nielsen to the line as the senior will step forward. The foul is going to be called on Kyle Olson. It's going to go as his first, team's fourth. And for Nielsen, who already has a three-point basket, a pair of free throws here, and he cans the first one down. 4 points now for Nielsen, half of the points in the game for the Parma Panthers. One more coming up. 17-8 your score. And the second free throw up and good as well. Makes it an 8-point game, 17-9. Tanner Myers to bring the basketball forward with under 20 seconds left to go. Walks it up across the timeline. Fakes it over to the left, comes back to the right, goes back into the hands of Myers now, top of the key. He'll walk up to his left, cuts to his left, fires a pass. Olson in the corner, tries to drive into the paint, double team, strip to the ball, turnover to the Cardinals as Parma's going to heave one up at the buzzer. Unable to get it to go is Tanner Kramer, but the Cardinals a strong first quarter of play. We head to the halftime break, or the quarter break, I should say, 17-9. Soda Springs on top of Parma and the Panthers on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
It'll be the Parma Panthers to start out with the basketball to open up the second quarter of play as soon as they inbound the basketball. I think we already got our shot of the game on the dunk by Henry Workman. Brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Still looking for our play of the game. Brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Parma trying to get a play of the game of their own is up and getting a shot to go underneath the basket. Tanner Kramer crabs to scoreboard for the first time himself. 17-11. Soda up by 6 as the Parma Panthers slowly cutting their way back into this game. Right side, Olsen drives to the hoop, puts up a shot, blocked on the way to the rim. Colton Merges, comes up with the basketball, and will bring it forward himself. The first senior now hands the ball off. It'll be taken right side by Kramer. Goes between the legs, spins into the lane, picks the ball back outside. It'll be thrown up to Gutierrez at the top of the key. He'll come back around near side, pins, fires off the ball into the hands now of Kramer. He looks inside, goes back around to the left side, gets the ball top of the key after going to pass into the hands of Merges. Rebound popped up into the air. Olsen comes away with it. His first board of the game, and the Cardinals come back the other way. Kyle takes the point, top of the key, holds on to the basketball there for a moment before feeding it off to Will Kress on the right side wing. He'll bring it all the way back around near half court. Stands there for a moment, dribbling a couple times before passing it back to Kyle Olsen, top of the key. Left side wing, it'll be Myers. Back over to Olsen, right side. Will Sims rising for a quick jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound is fought for by Hiram Brown. Can't quite snare it away from Tanner Kramer. And back up court will come Parma and the Panthers. 17-11, your score still sitting there as the Cardinals will force a bad and wild shot coming from Tanner Kramer. Rebounded by Tanner Myers. Up ahead quickly into the hands of Hiram Brown. Back to Tanner Myers, who lays it up and in on the run. The Cardinals might have just given you your play of the game there. 19-11 with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. Over to the left side, a foul is going to be called away from the ball underneath the basket. Tanner Myers is going to be whistled for this one. It'll be his first. They're going to say he was holding underneath the basket. And a couple subs will come in for the Cardinals on that whistle as checking out Will Kress as well as Kyle Olsen. Henry Workman back into the game. Also checking back in is Josh Balls. So the Cardinals getting some of their starters back out there onto the court. It'll be a lob pass deep as Merges takes the basketball top of the key. Looks to drive inside. The senior hands off to Kramer, who goes over to his left. Passes the ball into the corner. Pins, comes back up top. Nielsen pump fakes on the three. Drives in. Gets cut off. Throws the ball off of the foot of one of the Cardinals. And it will remain Parma basketball. Off of the kickball. 5 team fouls on the Cardinals, none on Parma and the Panthers so far, but Cardinals have been running around pretty quick, and it's been tough for Parma to stay in front, although they haven't necessarily had a ton of fouls in the game. Over to the left side, ball's going to be swung to Merges, waits for a moment. Nielsen flashes at the top of the key, gives off back to Pins. Top of the key now again, Gutierrez steps in, steps back out, goes to Kramer, left side wing. All the action going on that side of the court is now they'll reverse it. Right side driving in, Merges, puts up a shot, sits on the rim, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Putback attempt, no good as well. Henry Workman gets the board on the second attempt, and he'll brave the ball off to Tanner Myers to bring it forward. Over to the right side, Josh Balls inside, goes to Will Sims, backs his way into the post, tries to go up against Merges, gets it to go. Great work down low by Will Sims on a little pop-up, and at the 21-11 score, the Cardinals build it back up to a double-digit lead. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Left side, Gutierrez tries to spin in, turns around, puts up a fadeaway, can't get it to go. Josh Balls now gets his third rebound of the game, and he'll push it back up. Senior goes behind the back, right side. Myers holds it on the wing, lobs a pass underneath. Will Sims gets some space, now gets closed off though by a triple team before they move it back around to Workman. Right side, top of the key now. Josh Balls, three ball, no good. Rebound by Will Sims is fouled on the up attempt. He's going to head to the line after pulling in his second rebound of the game. And I believe his first offensive rebound of the game, and it will send him to the line as the foul is going to be on Tanner Kramer, his first and the Parma Panthers' first. Sims crouches low, puts this one up, and rolls that one down. First free throw of the game for the Cardinals counts, and they build their lead back up to 11, 22-11, doubling up the Parma Panthers. 4 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here. And Will Sims will take the basketball and go through his routine. Eyes the basket, doesn't take his eyes off it, in fact, and knocks home the second free throw as well. He's got 6 points. He led all scorers for the Cardinals last night, and on his way to doing it again possibly here on tonight's game against the Panthers. Lopez takes the ball for the Panthers, goes up top. Kramer fires the ball right side into the corner. It's going to be taken by Lopez once again. He gives off to Gutierrez, right side corner still. Rich Thompson forces him back around top of the key. They'll move the ball left side. Taking it over there, now bouncing into the lane. Pins, turns around, travels first though. No, they're going to call a foul on the floor on Will Sims. It'll be his second foul and the 16th foul on the Cardinals. So the final inbounds coming up for Soda Springs with 4:30 to go. And the Parma Panthers to inbound the ball against the Cardinals. Cardinals stand with 4 in the paint. As the ball is lobbed out deep, it'll be taken by Pins. Right side, Kramer takes it on the swing. Inside, Nielsen has the ball dribbled away from him. That's Jensen who has the ball dribbled away from him. First turnover of the quarter for either team. Cardinals running with the basketball on the turnover and turn it over themselves, trying to push the pace up the court. And on the near side, Parma trying to return the favor on another run of their own is going to turn it back to the Cardinals. A sloppy state of affairs on that portion of the ball game. Soda Springs comes away with the benefit of it, though, and their lead up to 12, 23-11 with a chance to build on it. 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Ridge Thompson drives to his right, pulls up on the wing, gives up top. Dylan Downs left some space. Bad idea. Gets the three-point shot to drop as it hit the rim, sat down, and dropped through. Dylan Downs onto the scoreboard as well, 26-11, as the Panthers will take it off on the left side. With the ball, Nielsen tries to drive in, step back, pumps over, pump fakes, gives off to Pins. Up top, Lopez now. Bounce pass down to Pins. He lays one up, and Peyton Pins gets onto the scoreboard himself. First basket for him. It's 26-13. Cardinals still doubling up Parma and the Panthers. Over to the right side, Rich Thompson takes the basketball, rising for a three ball. Dylan Downs can't get it to go. Rebound fought for and pulled in by Tanner Kramer. And back up court will come Parma and the Panthers with 3:25 to go. Down low, Pins gets a little bit of a body bump from Workman. That's going to be a foul. Henry not happy as he pounds the ball down for a moment, gives it off to the official, and it's going to send Peyton Pins to the free throw line for a pair of opportunities. Parma right now 4 for 5 from the stripe. First one by Peyton is up and good. Make it 5 for 6 at the line for them now, as it's a 26-14 game. Workman, that was his first foul of the contest. One more to come. This one up, and that is good as well. 2 for 2 on the trip for Peyton Pins. He's got 4 points, and a timeout's going to be taken by the Cardinals. Greg Bergholm talking things over with the squad. We'll take a break as well. Back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is just minutes from the Boise Municipal Airport and 1 mile from the Nampa Municipal Airport. Whether you're traveling for pleasure or on business, you will enjoy the warm surroundings and friendly staff that really make you feel at home. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center is close to the hospital, skiing, and restaurants. Come rest and relax. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY to reserve your rooms today. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites Nampa Idaho Center, 1-800-465-4329.
Back here at the home of Parma and the Panthers. Big thanks to the Nampa Idaho Center Holiday Inn and Suites. They are a wonderful hotel for us to be staying in, and they've done a good job in helping us to come over and broadcast this tournament for you guys. And I encourage you, honestly, from my honest opinion, it is a wonderful hotel. So if you have a chance to come over here and get a chance to stay somewhere, I encourage you to stay at the Holiday Inn and Suites in the Idaho Center in Nampa. Cardinals with the basketball out of the break, 3:06 to go. Rich Thompson with the ball, passes off to Tanner Myers. He'll fake a pass to the left, goes back right to Rich Thompson. He goes inside. Workman has the ball batted away from him. Near side, Myers gets the pass and travels with the basketball without taking a dribble and turns it back over to Parma and the Panthers. 5th turnover for the Cardinals, 6 on Parma so far in this game to this point in time. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go, and walking the basketball forward is going to be Nielsen. He'll come over to his right. The senior bounces the pass off to Lopez, fakes inside, picks up his dribble, goes left side where Jensen holds onto the ball. The freshman picks up the basketball, goes back to Nielsen. He goes right side to Pins. Pins goes up top of the key. Peyton passes this one off, taken there by Kramer. Right side to Lopez, into the corner. Pins holds the ball for a moment, passes up on a three. Nielsen will go for a three for himself, blocked into the air by Tanner Myers. Into the lane, Jensen, after getting the offensive rebound, will drop it in. Braden Jensen onto the scoreboard, and it cuts it to a single-digit game once again, 26-17 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Down low, into the paint. Josh Balls flips a pass through the contact, and a pair of players go for the ball. It's Workman and Nielsen going for it. Workman is going to be called for the foul, as they're going to say he undercut Nielsen on the attempt. It'll be Henry's second foul, and with 2:10 to go, it'll be 1-and-1 free throws coming up, and I believe Nielsen will be the one who is taking them on that side of the court. So the senior, 6 foot tall, wears the number 4, Mitch Nielsen, is going to head to the line. He's 2 for 2 at the stripe so far. 1-and-1 free throws here. That's the 8th team foul on the Cardinals, and the first free throw up and good. And Parma, to all their credit, has been solid from the free throw line so far tonight, as they've only missed 1 of their attempts. Second free throw coming up for Nielsen. This one up, and that is no good. And just as I say that, a lane violation, no, a foul is going to be called. They're going to say over the back and a push-off on Peyton Pins. It'll be his first foul, and back up the court will come the Cardinals. 2:07 to go, right to left. Cardinals move on your radio dial, and they throw it away. Tanner Myers not looking for the pass from Ridge Thompson. Third turnover of the quarter for the Cardinals, 6 apiece for each of them, and a timeout will be taken by the Parma Panthers. We'll take this as a moment to keep it right here. Remind you, this game and every game on KBRV 800 The Bear is brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. Of course, the Grace Grizzlies got the opportunity to play down in Salt Lake yesterday. The Grace girls won by 10, and the boys also got a win by 6 down on the road. They actually got to play down at the home of the Utah Jazz, so a special performance for them, and both teams coming away with a win there makes that special event even better if you're a member of the Grace Grizzlies fandom. Over to the far side, Parma back out of the timeout with the basketball. We'll turn it back over to Soda Springs and the Cardinals on an off pass into the lane. Cardinals bringing it forward, and the foul will be called on Tanner Kramer as Kyle Olson was trying to bring the basketball forward, and Kramer picks up his second foul. Third team foul on the Panthers in this half with 1:47 to go, and it'll be Ridge Thompson to bring the basketball forward. Passes off to the left side. Balls holds on to it before flipping a pass over to the right side wing, taken there by Ridge Thompson. Ridge passes right side corner. Dylan Downs gets quickly covered. Not going to let him take an open 3 ball again. Thompson back over to Dylan. He's going to be open in the corner this time and counted. I told you don't leave Dylan Downs open. He's making him pay. 6 points for him on the game so far. And the Cardinals back up by 11. Trying to change that. Back into the court is Jensen. Drives straight to the hoop. Can't get his shot to go. Hector Lopez, though, with the offensive board, lays it up and in. 29-20 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to go. Ridge Thompson takes the ball. Left side. Dribbles it outside. Gives to Dylan Downs. He'll step in. Fouled on his way. No, they're going to say a walk. And he turns it back over to Parma and the Panthers. So make it 7 turnovers for the Cardinals now in this game. And with 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go, Parma will jog it up the court. Up the left side, now back to his right is going to be Kramer. Right side gives off to Lopez on the wing, guarded by Dylan Downs. The pair of 30s holding onto the ball against each other. Left side, ball gets swung over into the hands of Nielsen. He fakes a pass inside, now does pass inside, picked off by the Cardinals. Every time Parma gets a turnover from Soda, they end up turning it right back over to the Cardinals. Over to the right side, Ridge Thompson passes outside. Myers up for 3, count it! Another triple for Soda as Tanner Myers adds his name to that category. He's got 7, and the Soda Springs lead back up to 12. They've led by as many as 14 when it was 15-1. Pass down low, flipped outside. Pins, drives lane, puts up a shot, fouled on the way to the hoop. Are they going to call it on the floor? I believe they will, which means Pins will be shooting 1-and-1 free throws, as that's the 9th team foul on Soda Springs and the Cardinals. Foul is going to be whistled on Kyle Olson for his second. Nobody really in that bad of foul trouble for the Cardinals. 4 players do have 2, as the first 1-and-1 free throw up and good by Pins. He's got 5 points and is 3 for 3 from the charity line. He's got 1 more attempt coming up. 20.4 seconds to go here as Kyle Olson will take a seat on the bench. Second free throw by Pins, up, no good. Rebound to Lopez. Cardinals a little bit lackadaisical on going for the rebound, as it'll be over to the left side. Nielsen tries to cross over. It's going to be on the ground. Ridge Thompson picks it up, and it will travel with the basketball. And turns it back over to Parma and the Panthers. The official saying he got up without taking a dribble of the basketball. And Parma will inbound now with 10 seconds left to go. Nielsen goes to the left side. Pins holds it on the wing there. Pyron Brown goes back around inside underneath. Kramer puts up a shot. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Dylan Downs. And the buzzer will sound with a score at 32-21. Soda Springs on top comfortably over Parma and the Panthers. We'll take a break. Come back with more after this. Your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show coming back on KBRV 800 The Bear.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show brought to you by Mexico Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome back into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Caleb Berggraf on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. As we take a look at our first half recap, the Cardinals started out very, very strong in this game. They went on a 15-1 run before the Parma Panthers were finally able to find a way back into this game. And they are looking to try and continue to do that as the Cardinals since then have not been able to win the game between the Parma Panthers, but that 15-1 run is more than enough to give them a good position in the game as we speak right now. After that, they did win the second half of play. It was a 15-12 lead for the Cardinals in the second quarter of that first half. And for the Cardinals, they have a solid lead moving in to quarter number 3 after the halftime break. We have another break coming up for you on the backside of this one on KVRV 800 The Bear. We'll talk a little bit more about what exactly the Cardinals need to do in order to come away with a victory here and play in the championship game for back-to-back years as they look to try and take down Parma and the Panthers for the second straight year in the semifinals at their own tournament. Back after this on KVRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver.
But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back here once again on the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show, 32-21, Soda Springs on top on your scoreboard with 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the halftime break. Kiddos and some adults shooting out there on the court right now, as it's a little bit of a sock hop for those kids and the people shooting around. And we take a look at our halftime numbers for the boys of Soda. They're getting a very even performance, which is something we're used to saying with this team. 8 different players cracking the scoreboard. Led in scoring by Tanner Myers. He's got 7 points and 2 rebounds so far in the game. Will Sims has added 6 points and a pair of boards himself. And Dylan Downs with a pair of triples from downtown has 6 points and a single board. Other than that, Ridge Thompson with 5 points and a single rebound is the next leading scorer, and a couple with 2, with Josh Balls adding 2 points, Will Kress with 2 points, Kyle Olson with a pair, and Henry Workman with his second dunk in as many nights has his 2 points as well to go with his 3 rebounds. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. We have another break coming up for you here on KBRV 800 The Bear. Back with the second half after this on your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show, and online at KBRV 800, online at mylocalradio.com with live video streaming, and on the air at my KBRV 800 The Bear.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball.
When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Back here for the second half of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Thank you a lot for sticking around for the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. And I want to remind everybody, if you want to be a sponsor of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball on the boys or girls side, be sure to give us a call at the station for 208-547-2400 at any point in time during business hours, and we'll be able to try and help you out. If we don't pick you up, leave a message for us, and we'll make sure we get you on the air. Cardinals start out the third quarter with the basketball as Tanner Myers will bring it forward, moves it over to the right side to Josh Balls. Cardinals working left to right on your radio dial and video screen. Myers goes up with a shot down low in the post, can't get it to go. Tried to force one through some contact. Colton Merges gets his fifth rebound of the game, goes coast to coast, passes it up ahead to Jensen, lays it up and in, and just like that, it's back to a single-digit game with Parma striking first in quarter number 3. 7 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. Ridge Thompson with the ball, passes off to Tanner Myers, top of the key. Myers looks inside, gives off to Henry Workman, hands off to Myers, driving to the hoop, lays it up and in, and a foul. Tanner Myers taking that one to the hoop. Says, hey, you stopped me last time. I get a second try, though, and I'm going to make you pay for it there. Workman gets the assist on that play, and with 7 minutes and 23 seconds left to go, the Cardinals build their lead back up to 11. That is the first foul on Mitch Nielsen. And the free throw from Tanner Myers up and rattles its way down. Soda remains perfect at the line, 3 for 3 as a team with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Ball's going to be brought forward over to the right side. Pins holds on to the ball. Left side, they swing it all the way around to Merges, who comes up top of the key. The 6'5" center goes to the right side, taken there by Pins. Now goes back up top, taken by Kramer. Tanner looks to his right, picks up his dribble, fires a pass to the left side, Merges, takes it in the corner, drives back up to the wing, picks up his dribble, gives inside. Jensen cuts it over to the right side wing, picked up by Nielsen before being swung back up top to Merges. He looks inside, fires it over to the right side, taken there again by Nielsen, who throws it off with a foot of Ridge Thompson, and it will remain Parma basketball as they get set to inbound it from the far sideline. Still looking for our play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast. Also looking for our first jump ball of the game, brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair for all your automotive, snowmobile, and ATV repair needs. Looking inside, Merges now passes this ball off, taken there by Kramer. Inside to Merges, and the 6'5" senior lays it up and in softly. His first points of the game. It's a 10-point ball game, 35-25. Into the lane, Ridge Thompson loses his footing. Falls away, loses the ball. Mitch Nielsen brings it forward on the first turnover of the half for either team. Underneath, Merges with the basketball, emerges from the crowd, and gets that one to go. He's got another bucket from the right side low block, and is back to an 8-point game. Cardinals maybe a little bit too relaxed coming out of the timeout break, or out of the halftime break, I should say. We'll get back onto the offensive end. Will Sims airballs one, kept alive by Josh Balls in a smart play, keeping it alive inside of the Cardinals' possession as he throws it off of Kramer on the baseline and is able to get an inbounds play coming up for Soda Springs. That could even be your play of the game on my Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast. Top of the key, Myers, near side, Josh Balls rises, airballs a 3-ball of his own, and it dribbles out of bounds, and the Cardinals will give a turnover anyways, regardless of who it comes off of. Parma to bring the basketball forward. 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go here, third quarter of play, and the ball is going to be brought forward to the right side. Kramer goes into the corner, taken there by Merges. Up top, Nielsen takes the basketball for a moment, dribbles to his right, bounces one down low to Kramer, guarded by Josh Balls, turnaround jump shot, pulls a Nowitzki on him. Tanner Kramer jumps that one in, and it's a 4-point game for him, a 6-point lead now for the Cardinals. Tanner Myers to drive in, pulls up, puts a little fadeaway up short off the side of the rim. Fourth straight short shot of the game. Kramer gets his fourth rebound and cuts up the court. Puts one up short long off the back of the rim. Rebound comes to the near side where it's going to be Tanner Myers tracking that one down. Goes up, dumps a pass through the lane, as batted out of bounds by Jensen. And the freshman comes up with a save on points as Josh Balls was wide open on the other side of the lane if that one gets through for a layup. 5:12 to go, still that 6-point game, 35-29. Parma holding on to the lead against the Cardinals as Josh will get set to inbound. He looks deep, Now comes back, now goes back deep again. Tanner Myers pulls in the pass as a couple of Panthers came up to get the ball before coming to the near side. Rich Thompson holds it on the wing, puts up a 3-ball of his own short off the side of the rim, and a foul from behind is going to be called. That one's going to go on Peyton Pins, and it'll be his second. As Pins was a little bit reachy going over the back on Will Sims, and it will see Josh Balls now getting set to inbound the basketball. Josh stands on the baseline, slaps the basketball with his left hand before passing it over into the left side corner. Pass is going to go off of the leg of one of the Parma Panthers and brought back forward on the second turnover for the Cardinals, who have yet to score in this quarter, other than a 3-point play by Tanner Myers. Kramer to drive down is going to be fouled underneath on the baseline by Josh Balls. They say he got his hand inside of the hands of the Parma driver, and it'll be another chance for Parma to inbound as the Panthers still looking to fight their way back in, down by 6 to the Cardinals. Inside, Nielsen lobs this one deep, and it'll be taken by Kramer, who will start the offense. The senior walks to his right, looks to cut back over to his left, pulls back, now drives in, kicks a pass right side, merges, pump fakes, cuts into the lane, picks it back outside to Pins, whose twos can't get to go. Merges, gets the offensive board. He's fouled on his way to the hoop. And Colton Merges, who had really nothing in the first half other than his 4 rebounds, has 4 points, 6 rebounds now in the game, and a chance at 2 points at the free throw line. 35-29 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go here, third quarter of play. Will Kress and Henry Workman getting set to get into the game for the Cardinals as the first free throw rolls off the side of the rim for Merges. And the first free throw is a miss for Parma and the Panthers here in this quarter. 4 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. Merges to the line once again. Dribbles a couple times, puts this one up. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound's going to be saved out of bounds. Last touched by Parma, but no, they're going to throw it out of bounds off of Henry Workman, and Parma saves themselves a rebound. 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to go here. And again, it'll be Nielsen to inbound the basketball. Goes to the right side, taken there by Jensen. Loses the ball, stripped away, but Will Kress can't possess it as it goes out of bounds, and it stays in possession with the Parma Panthers. Another chance for Pins to inbound this time as he'll take it on the right sideline. He looks over to his left, passes it deep. Kramer takes it there. Parma working from right to left on your radio dial will bring the ball forward. Kramer to his left side, flips a pass off into the corner. Good little bounce pass. He'll fake a pass underneath now as Kramer gets the ball, goes up for a shot, blocked from behind. Rebound though to Merges, up with the shot, banks it in after getting the offensive board. He's got 6 points all in this quarter. 35-31, all of a sudden a ball game again, and one that the Cardinals early on looked like they were going to run away with. Rich Thompson passes the ball near side. Tanner Myers tries to drive in, cuts a pass into the lane that is bobbled by Olsen, picked up by Kress. Right side, Henry Workman rises for two. Too strong off the back of the rim, and it's going to be rebounded on the back side and brought forward by Peyton Pins. He lobs it up ahead, and a travel called on the Panthers for a turnover as they can't quite keep possession of it, and it will remain or move back over to Soda Springs possession. 3 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in this third quarter of play. Tanner Myers will start the action, gives in to Rich Thompson, who will walk the ball up across half court. Comes over to his right, passes off to Tanner Myers. Defense extending a little bit more for the Panthers as they're working in a zone. Myers takes it near side, passes it right side to Will Kress. He goes underneath. Hiram Brown up underneath with the ball. Found good position, laid it up and in as he took his time. Gets his first bucket of the game. 9th Cardinal to score on the night, and it's back to a 6-point advantage. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go here as the ball's moved to the left side. Burgess goes top of the key. Ball swung over to the right side wing. Pins tries to spin his way on Olsen. Loses the ball. Gets it back. Goes into the right side corner where a fake pass is going to go inside and then be turned over to the Cardinals. 2 turnovers for Parma in the last minute, and Soda will push it back the other way. Rich Thompson rises in motion. And a foul called underneath the basket. An offensive foul on Hiram Brown for a hooking around a player using his arm to swing his body through. It's not only a foul on Hiram, it's another turnover for the Cardinals, their 11th of the game, and it gives it back to the Parma Panthers, who get all the help they can get trying to get back into this game as they were trailing by as many as 14. They've already cut it down by 11 in this game so far. The Cardinals, though, not giving up and are still fighting strong on their side of the court. Ball will be jogged up the court to the left side. by Parma and the Panthers. Near side, Lopez takes it on the wing, fresh into the game. Turnaround by Kramer, too strong off the side of the rim. Will Kress comes up with his third rebound of the game and brings the ball forward. The senior slows the pace down, passes it right side, taken by Tanner Myers. He'll use one dribble, fires it right side to Thompson. Almost picked off by Kramer, but gets into Thompson's hands correctly. Myers gives it back to Thompson after getting the ball on his side. Kress tries to drive baseline, loses it off his own foot. They're going to say it was batted out of bounds, though, by Parma. And it will remain Cardinals basketball, and the officials now going to talk things over. And the officials, it looked to me from up here that it went off of his foot, so I'm not positive, but they're going to say it went off the knee of the Parma player, and the Cardinals will get possession of the ball. Lob pass into the paint, going to go to Olsen. He gives it outside to Thompson. Pump fake, drives around far side. Tanner Myers pump fakes himself and travels with the ball to turn it over and gives it back over once again to Parma and the Panthers. 4 turnovers for the Cardinals in this quarter with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go. Scoring is slowed down in this quarter as Parma brings the basketball forward. The Panthers go to the right side. Gutierrez takes on the wing. Stutter steps, drives in, rolls over Thompson, and lays it up and in. Enrique Gutierrez with his third point in the game, and it's back up to the Cardinals to bring it forward. Rich Thompson comes forward, cuts into the lane, picks up his dribble, and the foul's going to be called away from the ball, I believe. That one's going to go on Braden Jensen, his first third team foul with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go, and it'll be an inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals, up by 4, 37-33. Josh Balls to inbound. Lobs one deep. Hiram Brown takes it near the top of the key, uses his dribble, hips off it to Olsen, who takes on the left side wing. Up top, Rich Thompson with the ball. He'll rise from deep outside, short off the side of the rim. Poor shot there if you're looking at a good shot selection, and the rebound goes to Peyton Pins. He'll give off to Gutierrez to bring it forward. He'll cut into the lane, passes it over to the left side. Lopez takes it into the corner before moving it back around top of the key. They give right side to Pins. Now up top, Gutierrez. Stutter steps to his left, goes back to his right. Blocked away by Olsen. The rebound given to Olsen. Cardinals turn it over, though. Gutierrez blocked again by Olsen. Rebound skips back into the near side, and driving to the hoop and being fouled is Tanner Kramer. In what was a crazy series of events, Olsen, the shortest player on the court for either team, getting a pair of blocks. And then watching as the Panthers able to get the ball back several times. First free throw up and good for Tanner Kramer. Cuts it to a 3-point game, 37-34. 5 rebounds in the game for Kramer. First rebound on that block shot in his face by Gutierrez. One more coming up for Kramer at the line. The senior puts it up and gets that to go as it hits the front of the rim but drops to the front side. It'll be up to the Cardinals to bring it forward. 2-point game. Rich Thompson with the ball, getting some directions from Greg Bergholm as he calls it out to the team. Chris, left side. Dylan Downs takes the ball, gets double teamed, throws the ball into the hands of Kramer. He lost one deep down the court. Wyatt Neal trying to go coast to coast, fouled on his attempt as he goes sliding into the padding down below the basket and is going to head to the hoop, as I believe Will Kress is going to be picked up for this foul. It'll be his third foul, and the Cardinals are watching as their lead that was at one point in time 14 points has diminished to 2 and possibly none, depending on what Wyatt Neal can do at the line. The 5'9" junior's first free throw barely catches the rim and drops straight down. So no matter what, the Cardinals can keep possession of the basketball, and Wyatt Neal will have one more attempt coming up. Second free throw up, that's good. Cut it to a 1-point game right now, and the Cardinals needing some offense to get themselves back into this. They've only scored 5 points in this quarter. Ball to the left side. Downs gives it up top to Thompson, who fires it to Kress. Back to Thompson. Near side, Kress takes a dribble forward, gives up top to Thompson. He fires it to Downs. Cardinals not getting the ball inside, and that's one of the problems that they've had right now in this quarter. They've forgotten how to find layups as they've relied mostly on their jump shots. As the defense partially to blame for that one is inside. Josh Bolsworth changes that fact. He gets some contact but fights through it, lays it up and in, and the Cardinals back up by 3, 39-36. To the right side, Kramer passes the ball off. It'll be taken in the right side corner by Gutierrez. He comes back around to his left onto the wing before passing the ball off, taken by Pins, who feeds it to Lopez. Lopez goes back up top of the key. Kramer drives around, flips up a shot, teardrop short off the front of the rim. Foul's going to be called on the Cardinals, I believe, and Hiram Brown. So they're going to call Brown for the foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Kramer at the stripe. For Brown, it's going to go as his second foul. And the first free throw in and out, no good. And one more will come up. The senior puts this one up. That's no good as well. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Pins. That's a foul there. Will Kress gets him on the arm. He hits the deck hard, does Pins. 4th foul on Kramer. And Peyton Pins is going to step to the line where he is 3 of 4 so far tonight. 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cardinals will have a lead going into the fourth, but it's a division of how much. As Pins knocks home the first free throw, he's got 6 points in the game now, along with his 2 rebounds. 2-point game, trying to cut it down to a single point. His free throw is up and sits on the rim before dropping through. Josh Ball's inbounds to Thompson, and with 13 seconds to go, the Cardinals bring it forward. Ridge backs it up near half court, 9 seconds left to go. Clock winds down. Thompson walks to his left, cuts back to his right, looks to pass underneath. Hiram Brown skied for the ball, couldn't get it. The Cardinals firing him, trying to get the ball back as a last-second heave goes up from Kramer. He can't get it to go, but we head to the fourth quarter in a tight ball game. 39-38. All of a sudden, Parma showing signs of life with a 17-point quarter as the Cardinals lead trimmed down to 1 on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
It went down to the wire with the girls' basketball game earlier, and now the boys' basketball game seeing the same thing happen as the Cardinals have seen a 14-point lead in the first quarter dissipate to a 1-point lead in the fourth quarter. Parma has yet to lead in this game, but they're on the verge of doing it, and they start out the fourth quarter with the basketball moving right to left on your radio dial here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online where you can watch a live video stream at mylocalradio.com. Pass down low into the lane, Pins, puts the ball up, can't get the shot to go, rebound pulled down by Workman, given off to Ridge Thompson, and it'll be brought back forward as Workman pulls down his 4th rebound of the game. Cardinals almost turn it over on their side of the court. Tanner Myers cuts in, and a charge is going to be called by the far side official. The downside official wanted it to be a block, and Tanner Myers picks up his 2nd foul and turns the ball over to Parma and the Panthers. And Parma brings it forward again, down by 1. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Ball passed underneath. Pins again goes up. Blocked away. No, a foul's going to be called here. And that one is going to send Pins to the line for a pair of free throws where he is 5 for 6. Foul is going to go on Henry Workman, his 3rd. And his first free throw from Pins coming up at the line. Takes his time, puts it up, and no good off the back iron. The best Parma can do now is tie at 39 here with 7:27 to go in the fourth quarter. One more coming up for Pins. Crouches, fires. This one is good. We're all knotted up here. Parma fighting all the way back, and the Cardinals needing to find a rhythm out there on the court. It'll be Ridge Thompson to bring it forward. Walks over to his left, passes off to Josh Balls on the left side wing. He gives off to Ridge Thompson. He'll hold it for a moment, fakes a step, now uses a dribble, cuts into the lane, goes all the way to the hoop, lays it up. He's fouled on the way to the hoop, and now Ridge Thompson's going to step to the line. That foul is going to be called on Gutierrez. It'll be his first. And for Ridge, who has yet to attempt a free throw in the game, he will step to the line for a pair. He does have 5 points and a rebound. First free throw for Thompson, up and good, gives the Cardinals a 1-point lead. Cardinals in the game. That's only their 4th free throw in the contest. On the other side, Parma's taken 23. Second free throw by Thompson, up and good. So Cardinals now 5 for 5 from the line. Timeout's going to be taken by Greg Bergholm of the Cardinals. We'll take a break as well on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
The holiday season is a time for honoring old traditions as well as creating new ones. Whether your traditions include good meals around the dining room table or lazy days watching the game, Sanders Furniture will help you make it more enjoyable. With brands like Maytag, Whirlpool, and Lazy Boy, they have furniture and appliances for every room in your home. Take advantage of the great selections and the even better prices. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of Parma and the Panthers. 41-39, Soda Springs leading by 2 on top of Parma, as the Cardinals will be getting set to defend the Panthers as they bring the basketball forward. It'll be up to Nielsen to jog it up across the half-court line. Looks to his left, comes back to his right. As he stands on the wing now, picks up his dribble. Thompson forces a pass off, taken by Kramer, top of the key. He'll try and drive, lowers his shoulder, and they're going to say that's a foul on the Cardinals and Josh Balls for accepting the contact. And it will send Kramer to the line for a pair of free throws. It is double bonus the rest of the way through for Parma and the Panthers for the final 7 minutes of this game. First free throw by Kramer, up and good. 24th free throw of the game taken by Parma and the Panthers. And one more will come up. Foul is up. That's good. It ties the game up again, 41 all here. Cardinals still have yet to trail in the game. It's been tied up 3 times, though. Ball to the left side, flipped up top to Tanner Myers by Josh Balls. Tanner looks to his right, passes off to Rich Thompson. He goes inside, cuts, stops, pops, and gets it to go from 10 feet. Beautiful move there by Tanner Myers to get that bucket to drop. He's got 12 points in the game now, and it's 43-41. To the right side, Kramer tries to drive in, fouled on his way to the hoop again, and that's going to have another pair of free throws coming up as Josh Balls is going to be called for his 3rd. 10 team fouls for the Cardinals. That's the 11th in the half. Only 4 fouls have been called on the Parma Panthers, and to the line again is going to go Kramer. First free throw by Kramer, in and out, no good. He'll have one more attempt coming up at the stripe. And one more coming. Fires this one up. That one is good. Makes it a 1-point game, 43-42 with 6 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Rich Thompson brings the basketball forward, goes over to his left, pulls up his dribble, gives off to Josh Balls. He fires one under the hoop, wide open. Will Sims, there's your play of the game. Brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Sims wide open under the hoop. It's 45-42. Unless we get a better one to replace it, that's going to go as your play of the game for this contest. Over to the right side, Kramer underneath, fires a pass to Merges. He puts up a shot with the right-handed hook, gets it to go. Colton Merges with 8 points, cuts it back to a 1-point game. Over to Thompson. He flips the ball over to Tanner Myers, who finds it back to Thompson on the right side at half court. Gives it back to Balls, over to Tanner Myers. Left side, comes back to Rich Thompson. He holds onto it for a moment. Josh Balls gives back over to Myers. He pump fakes and fires it back to Thompson. Good ball movement by the Cardinals, forcing the Panthers to shuffle around their zone defense. And into the middle of that zone, Henry Workman has the ball stripped away from him. And then a foul is going to be called on Henry Workman, as coming up the court was going to be Kramer. Workman picks up his 4th foul. And it sends Kramer to the line for his 9th and 10th free throws of the night. 13 fouls now in this half on the Cardinals. First free throw by Kramer is no good, so he will not give Parma the lead on this possession, and he'll have one more attempt coming up at the stripe. Workman checks out. Olsen checks in. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left to go, as Workman pounds the bench as he sits down onto the bleachers, and a second free throw drops down. Timeout's going to be taken. Full timeout by Parma and the Panthers. We'll take a break here as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home.
Read all the best books.
Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers. Soda Springs with several players in foul trouble as we are in the fourth quarter of play. 4 fouls for Henry Workman, 4 fouls for Will Kress as well, 3 fouls for Josh Balls. After that, Tanner Myers, Hiram Brown, Kyle Olson, and Will Sims all possessing 2 fouls apiece. On the other side, Parma, well, they're looking free and easy on their foul trouble right now. Tanner Kramer has a pair, Peyton Pins has 2, Braden Jensen, Enrique Gutierrez, and Mitchell Nielsen, have 1 foul each. And yes, you heard me. That's 7 fouls on the Parma Panthers in this game, and crouching up on 25 fouls for the Soda Springs Cardinals in this game. It'll be the Cardinals to bring the basketball forward. 5 minutes, 28 seconds to go. All knotted up at 45 here. Fouls have nothing to do with that score, and it'll be Ridge Thompson to bring it forward. He'll pass the ball over to the left side. Josh Balls gives it back over to Myers, who almost has it popped up into the air. Now kicked around onto the ground. Parma still coming up the court. Backdoor pass laid up and in. And for the first time all game, Parma has a lead 47-45 over the Cardinals. Soda will bring it back up the court. Ridge Thompson comes up the right side. Working left to right, Soda gives it back to Tanner Myers. He comes back to Thompson. Near side, he'll step around, flips the pass up. Picked off by the Panthers. Back-to-back turnovers by the Cardinals, who have 16 in the game, and Parma will bring it forward. Left side, pump fake by Nielsen. Steps around, puts up a jumper, gets that to go. Back-to-back buckets. Nielsen's got 10 points, and Parma leads by 4, 49-45 over the Cardinals. Left side, Josh Balls fires a pass to the near side. It's going to be a flip pass down low. Tanner Myers turns it over. Will Sims couldn't get to the pass thanks to the 6'5" frame of Colton Merges. A 5th turnover in the quarter, and the lead, chance to extend on the lead if you're Parma and the Panthers. To the left side, holding on to it, now handing this ball off. Nielsen gives back to Kramer. Left side wing, Kramer tries to drive to his right, cuts a double team, puts up a shot, lays it up and in. That's good. Kramer with a pair, and back up the court again are going to come the Parma Panthers. Crowd here rising to their feet. We'll take a break with Coach Bergholm and come back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Welcome back out to the home of Parma and the Panthers, 51-45, and a complete reversal in this game. Parma taking advantage of their trips to the foul line, as well as taking advantage of Soda Springs' turnovers in this game so far. 45-51 your score, and the Cardinals have watched a 14-point advantage turn around into a 20-point swing, with the Parma Panthers taking a 6-point advantage. 51-45, still plenty of time if you're Soda Springs to get back into this game, though, with 4:04 left to go in this fourth quarter. And it will be Cardinals basketball. You got to get some points soon, though, and you got to start getting your offense, finding that rhythm out there on the court, as Ridge Thompson will bring it up the right side of the court, crosses the half-court timeline to his left, looks to cut in, pass the ball off to Josh Balls. Near side, it's going to be Tanner Myers. He tries to drive in, goes up, gets the bucket and the foul. Tanner Myers answering back on his own, gets the contact, lays it up. Mitchell Nielsen gets his second foul, and the Cardinals will have Tanner Myers trying to get him back within one possession if he can knock home this free throw. 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Myers, free throw short off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Gutierrez, his second of the game, and it's back to Parma to bring it forward. Kramer walks to his left, flips one off, almost throws it away, but right there is Pins to get the ball back. He goes to his right. Gutierrez takes on the right side wing, comes off and gives this one now into the hands of Merges. Merges drives right, kicks off to Pins. Up top now Kramer. Top of the key, guarded by Myers. Myers gives him the right side of the lane. Now he flips off to Gutierrez, though, before moving it to the left side wing. Underneath into the corner, Gutierrez drives around, avoids the double team before the ball is flipped off to Pins now, who walks it to the top of the key. 4-point game here, 51-47. With Nielsen holding on to the basketball. He goes to his right, spins back into lane, loses his man near side, and the ball is going to be moved up top of the key to Merges. Merges gives off once again to Nielsen. Parma shuffling the ball around. Cardinals doing a good job shuffling through screens and not really allowing many open shots as Merges now takes the ball left side corner. The big man comes over to his right, almost loses the ball, gets it back, though, outside the three-point line, and the ball is going to be moved into the left side corner. Pins holds it up top of the key. Good job by Parma, just wasting time right now against this Cardinals offense and defense as the ball moved over to the left side. Merges, tries to drive in, picks up his dribble, fires the right side to Pins, passes up a shot, now throws this one into the backcourt, and that's going to be a backcourt violation, a turnover to the Cardinals. First of the quarter on Parma and the Panthers, and it'll be the Cardinals with a chance to cut into the lead once again. 51-47 with 2:33 to go in the fourth quarter, and Josh Ball is set to inbound the basketball as he gives this one into the hands of Ridge Thompson. Thompson goes inside, up with the shot, and fouled on his way up that time is going to be Tanner Myers, so he'll step to the line for another pair of free throws. And these will be free throws for the Cardinals, 7 and 8 on the night. Foul is going to be called on Nielsen once again. That's his third. And Myers at the stripe puts it up and gets that to go. Cardinals haven't had a ton of free throws, but they've taken advantage of the ones they've got. 6 of 7 from the line. It's a 3-point ball game now, 48-51 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to go. One more coming up for Myers. This one sits on the front of the rim, drops down. It's a 2-point ball game once again, 49-51, and Parma to jog the ball forward. Up the right side, Kramer with the ball, walks to his left, and a timeout's going to be taken by Parma, and the Panthers will take one as well, as it's a full timeout on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today, 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So,
Welcome back out to the home of Parma and the Panthers, where the Post Panthers leading the Soda Springs Cardinals 51-49 in the semifinals of their Holiday Invitational. The Cardinals trying to fight their way into a championship appearance for the second straight year here at the Parma tournament after winning it last year. They took down this Parma Panthers team in last year's tournament and are hoping to try and do it for back-to-back seasons, and with different teams for both of these squads, is turning into a little bit of a tougher affair than I think the Cardinals thought it would be after the early going, where they went on a 15-1 run. Since then, the Parma Panthers have fought their way back into the ball game, and they will be inbounding on the right sideline. Set to inbound is Pins. Full court pressure by the Cardinals is going to almost force a 5-second call, but it will be inbounded and brought forward by Nielsen, who crosses the timeline with 2:11 to go. See if the Parma Panthers decide to waste any more time and try and just milk that clock down, as Kramer fouled away from the basketball. That is a foul, and a good call by the officials on that one, as Kyle Olsen and Tanner Myers ended up getting a little bit too physical with him. It's 2 free throws coming up for Kramer at the line, and he knocks home the front end. 49-52 with 2:05 left to go, and Kramer again to the line, puts the second one up. That's bottoms as well, 2 for 2 on the trip. And it'll be back over to the Cardinals to bring this one forward. Rich Thompson to jog it across the timeline. 2:01 left to go. Over to the left side. Thompson holds the ball, gives it to Josh Balls. He fires one to Tanner Myers. Tries to drive in, puts up a little jump shot, sits on the back of the rim. Tanner Myers going off in this fourth quarter. He's got 8 points, 14 in the second half, and 21 overall in the contest. 53-51, a 2-point ball game. Under 2 to play. Right side, Kramer cuts to the hoop, lays one up short off the side of the rim. Rebound into the hands of Olsen, who will bring it forward for the Cardinals. He comes up the right side, backs it up. Cardinals looking to try and tie this game up. Over to the far side, Josh Balls looks across the court, finds Ridge Thompson. He tries to drive in himself, floats one towards the hoop, gets the roll, and it's all knotted up. Ridge Thompson with his 4th point, and a turnover is out of bounds, but they're going to say it's to the Panthers on the near sideline. As the official comes over with a smile and says something to Coach Bergholm, and it's going to be back to the Panthers, all knotted up, 53-53 with a minute and 13 to go. Soda fans trying to make some noise, Parma fans doing likewise, and a timeout will be taken by Parma and the Panthers. All knotted up here, 53 apiece. We'll take a break. No, 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And remind you, this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities. They also try to feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital and Living Center, as well as their clinic at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. Be sure to give them some of your business if you're sick and not have to take it all the way to Pocatello or to Montpelier if you are looking to try and get your hospital service and your health needs taken care of. 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go here. 53 all on your scoreboard. Cardinals looking for a come-from-behind victory as they trailed by 6 points only 3 minutes ago. It'll be Parma with the basketball to do the inbounding. And Pins will get set to inbound it from the far sideline. He'll lob this one deep. Kramer takes it in the backcourt, and we'll see what Parma decides to do here. Over to the right, now Kramer has the ball poked away, picks it up, keeps his dribble somehow, now moves it to the near side. Shot up and missed by Merges, and a foul called down low in the post, and Merges is going to head to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. The foul is going to be called on Josh Balls. It'll be his 4th. And the big 6'5" senior will step to the line. First free throw by Merges, up and no good. And if you're going to send anyone to the line, this is the man. He's 0 for 3 now in the game. 53 all here, and one more coming up for the big senior. It also takes him out of the rebounding battle as the Cardinals will box out. It won't matter. 1 point lead now for Panthers as they will give their defense the best effort under a minute to go here. Cardinals walk it up. Ridge Thompson takes the point, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Greg Bergholm on this one. We'll see what they have left, as this one is going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
47.8 seconds left to go here in quarter number 4. 47.8 seconds to decide who will be playing in the championship game against the Weiser Wolverines and who will head to the third place game at 11:30 against the Emmett Huskies. All here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. If you have time, move over to your computers and get this game up on your video screens as the Cardinals have the basketball with a plenty of time to maybe hold for last shot. Maybe you try and score quickly and get yourself onto the board. It's all up to Coach Greg Bergholm on this one, and the Cardinals have a lot of options available to them. No one's fouled out yet, and they have a chance to maybe even try and get a foul on Parma as they inbound the basketball, working left to right. Ridge Thompson passes the ball to the right side. Tanner Myers gives back to Thompson. He flips it off into the hands of Josh Balls. Josh goes back to Thompson. He'll drive to his left, looks to step around, steps inside the three-point line, short off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Merges on the missed shot. That's going to go as his 8th rebound, and Parma to bring the basketball forward. Beats the full court press, 22 seconds to go. Ball into the hands of Nielsen. Nobody fouling it for the Cardinals, and finally a foul will be committed. That's going to go on Kyle Olson and will be his 4th foul of the game. Sending to the free throw line Mitchell Nielsen, who has not committed a free throw yet. Excuse me, that is the 5th foul on Kyle Olson, so he is done for the night. And at the line, Mitchell Nielsen, who is not taking a free throw in this 4th quarter, or in this half for that matter, and is 3 for 4 on the night. Big ones here. Cannot give them a full lead, though. As the first free throw up and is good by Nielsen, makes it a 2-point game. One more coming up for the 6-foot senior. Ball bounced to him. Right-handed dribbler, eyes this shot, crouches, fires, and this one good as well. 3-point ball game. Ball to be brought forward by the Cardinals. Up the near sideline, Ridge Thompson passes it to Tanner Myers, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Bergholm to talk things over with his team. Saw that one coming. Full timeout here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
13 seconds to work with for the Soda Springs Cardinals coming back out of the timeout as soon as they break huddle. 13.8 seconds left and down by 3 to Parma and the Panthers. We'll see what the plan they draw up. Who's going to be in the game? It looks like the starters will be Josh Balls, Ridge Thompson, Tanner Myers, Henry Workman, and we'll see if they decide to put Dylan Downs onto the court as well for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, as it may in fact be Will Sims. We'll find out as they look to break their huddle. On the court for Parma and the Panthers, it's going to be Kramer, Nielsen, Pins. That is Mergis and Jensen. Cardinals will go out with their starting 5 as it's going to be Josh Balls to inbound it to the backcourt. Ridge Thompson to bring the ball forward. He's your best 3-point shooter on the court, maybe Tanner Myers. As Thompson hands the ball off to Tanner Myers. Right side, puts up a shot, goes up, blocked away by Kramer, and now a foul's going to be called as Henry Workman is going to foul Merges after he got the rebound with 4 seconds left on the clock. And the officials are going to talk things over on how to call that foul. Will it be an intentional foul that will give them the free throws and possession, or will they just call it an intentional foul? So the two teams talking it over on each other's sidelines. The officials huddling up in the middle of the circle. And they are going to call it an intentional, and that is going to ice this game away. Henry Workman fouled out with that one. And Workman will see as Merges will shoot the free throws over on the left side of the court with nobody near him. And Merges, first free throw up and gets the roll, makes it a 4-point game. And Hiram Brown will check in for Henry Workman, who will take a seat with his 5th foul. One more up for Merges. Second free throw, good as well. He's made his last 3. He's also got 11 points in the game now for this one. And it will be Parma basketball on the inbound. We'll see what the Soda Springs Cardinals decide to do with this one. Down by 5, see if they foul or if they just let Parma inbound. As they will do the full court pressure. Ball's going to be inbounded. They'll just hold on to it in the backcourt, and that is going to do it for this one. 58-53. Parma comes away with the victory in a upset form. The Cardinals cannot take down the 3A Panthers, and they'll shake hands at the middle of the court. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game wrap-up on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 17th through the 30th. We start off with a ribeye holiday roast for $6.89 a pound. They also have frozen bone-in half spiral hams for $1.27 a pound. And don't forget about their holiday New York roast for $4.99 a pound as well. If you're looking for some delicious veggies, go ahead and grab one of their 2-pound packages of baby carrots for $2.49. They also have grape tomatoes for $1.99 for every 10.5-ounce package. That's your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go fish, Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today, 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
believe
going to
this.
do is turn onto
Marcy
Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Parma Panthers. One final wrap-up here before we send it back to your regular programming is the Soda Springs Cardinals, after leading by 14 points, cannot hold on to the lead as Parma outscores them 37-21 in the second half and is able to take this game 58-53 as your final score in the contest. The Soda Springs Cardinals were led by Tanner Myers, who had a heck of a game. 19 points and 3 rebounds in the contest. He ended up going 3 for 4 from the free throw line with plenty of big baskets for the Soda Springs Cardinals, including one of the plays that was your play of the game, as that was Josh Balls with your play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast, where he was able to save a ball that was going out of bounds off of a defender and then get it inside to where it was a chance for the Cardinals to get a play up at the hoop. That's one of the rare times you'll see a defensive one taking over that play of the game. As far as the shot of the game, I still got to say it's got to be Henry Workman, who ended up having that dunk early in the game that gave the Cardinals a lot of momentum early on, helped them build up to that 14-point lead that they were able to get at 15-1 early in that first quarter of play. Other scores for the Cardinals: Ridge Thompson had 9 points and 1 rebound. Josh Balls with 4 points and 3 rebounds. 2 points and 3 boards for Will Kress. 2 points and no rebounds for Hiram Brown. 2 points and a pair of boards for Kyle Olson. Will Sims had another good night, 8 points and 2 rebounds. Henry Workman finished with only those 2 points and did have 4 rebounds as well in the game. And Dylan Downs ended up with 6 points and 1 rebound himself. Cardinals with 19 rebounds in the game went 7 for 8 from the free throw line. They did turn the ball over 17 times, and that has been their woe all season long, has been that turnover problem. And say what you will about the foul game, but the turnover game is something you got to be more concerned about if you're the Cardinals, as those are something that you can control, and they had way too many turnovers in this game in order to come away with a victory, particularly in the second or the final 3 quarters, where they had at least 4 turnovers in each of those quarters and 5 in both the second quarter and the fourth quarter. So there's a big problem the Cardinals need to turn around and fix going into tomorrow night's game. They'll be taking on Emmett and the Huskies. As far as for Parma and the Panthers, they had 3 players hit double digits. Tanner Kramer did his duty from the free throw line as he ended up knocking home 14 total points, with 8 of those coming from the free throw line on 8 of 12 shooting at the stripe. He pulled down 5 rebounds as well. Mitchell Nielsen, 12 points and 2 rebounds, as he also had a good night at the free throw line as he went 5 for 6 from the stripe. After that, Wyatt Neal, 1.0 rebounds. Peyton Pins had 8 points and 2 rebounds. Another good night for him at the line as well, as he went 6 for 8 from the stripe. 4 for 1 went Braden Jensen. 5 and 3 went Hector Lopez. And then Colton Merges with a couple of big free throws at the end of the game to ice it. Went 3 for 6 from the line, got 11 points and 9 rebounds. 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Enrique Gutierrez ended up with 3 points and 2 rebounds. Overall, 58 points, 24 rebounds, and 25 of 37 shooting from the free throw line for the Parma Panthers, who moved to 6-3 on the season. The Soda Springs Cardinals dropped to 6-3 as well in their early season, and that will wrap it up for us here. We'll be back on the air 11:30 is the scheduled game time for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they'll be in the third-place game taking on Emmett and the Panthers. That'll be coming to you live here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. We'll also be having the girls' game, which will be following that one directly after, and we will have both of those games coming for you on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. That'll wrap it up for me here. Thanks again for listening into the Cardinal Postgame Show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used to rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, final score tonight, 58-53. Soda Springs loses in the semifinals and will play in the third place game tomorrow night. Thank you to Darby Seibert, who is my cameraman, or camera girl tonight, I should say. I'm Caleb Berggraf. Until next time, go Cardinals, go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.